Welcome to St. Augustine, Florida, the nation's oldest city, as seen through the 1910 Sanborn Fire Insurance Map. These maps were created to help insurers understand fire risk by showing the details of city streets, houses, businesses, and churches. Today, they give us an incredible window into life more than a century ago. In this video, we will explore several key locations that defined St. Augustine at the turn of the 20th century. One of the most iconic landmarks on the 1910 Sanborn map is the Ponce de Leon Hotel located at 74 King Street. So this hotel shows up on page 7 of the Sanborn map. The blue indicates that the building was made of stone, and it shows the entire outline of this building along with the fountain in the center of the courtyard. I always find it interesting too when these buildings show the detail of what the rooms were. So right here we have the servants' quarters, and behind the kitchen, this dining room, rotunda entrance, veranda, ticket office, waiting room, billiards. So the Sanborn surveyors mapped out everything. It's very detailed. Built in 1888 by millionaire Henry Flagler, this luxurious resort hotel was designed in the Spanish Renaissance style. Henry Flagler was the founder of Standard Oil, which was the largest and most profitable corporation in the world for more than a century. After gaining his great wealth, he dedicated himself to the development of Florida. During the next quarter century, he literally invented modern-day Florida. In the 19th Sanborn map, the Ponce de Leon Hotel had been standing for 22 years. It represented modern luxury, complete with electricity powered by Thomas Edison's company. On the Sanborn map, you can see the large footprint of the hotel complex, a symbol of the city's growing reputation as a winter resort destination. Today, the Ponce de Leon no longer operates as a hotel, but as Flagler College, a historic landmark that offers tours of the building's first floor. Directly across the street from the Ponce de Leon Hotel was another Flagler creation, the Alcazar Hotel at 75 King Street. Built in 1889, it offered visitors entertainment and relaxation, including the world's largest indoor swimming pool at the time. The Alcazar Hotel shows up on page 10 of the Sanborn map. It's off of here of King Street. There's a large fountain out front, another fountain here in the center, the casino, dancing hall, yet another fountain in the back, and then the coal room. So the Alcazar Hotel was open winter season. It had one night and one day watchmen. It had lights that were gas and electric. The walls were made of concrete. Roof was tile and copper. Something I found interesting as I was looking at this map was this passage to annex over here. I have no idea what that is. I haven't seen anything like that yet on a Sanborn map. If you are from St. Augustine or you know a little bit more about the Alcazar Hotel, leave a comment if you know what this is about. Just an interesting little mystery. This is a photo of the Alcazar Hotel at least 100 years ago. You've got the horse and buggy out here, and then here it is today. No longer a horse and buggy, you've got an SUV. So here's a Google image of both of these buildings. So you've got the Flagler College, but this was the Hotel Ponce de Leon. You can see how big this was. And then across the street is the Hotel Alcazar. And you see this same fountain is still standing there. At the heart of the city stands the Cathedral Basilica of St. Augustine at 38 Cathedral Place. This historic church dates back to the 16th century and is the oldest Christian congregation in the mainland United States. It was rebuilt several times after fires, with the most recent being in 1797. On the 1910 map, the cathedral occupies a central location surrounded by narrow streets and small commercial buildings. So this church shows up on page 8, Bay Street, Charlotte Street, and then Cathedral. And here's the church right here, the priest's house, and then there's a plaza across the street. This is what the church looked like about 100 years ago. This is what it looks like today, so roughly the same. Here's the Google map of this church. Now, you can see the front of it here off of Cathedral Place. And then here is the plaza. It's the same one we saw here in the 1910 Sanborn map, so that still remains. Pretty cool. The 1910 Sanborn map of St. Augustine is a snapshot of its historic city. From its Spanish colonial past to Henry Flagler's Gilded Age vision of luxury tourism, the map shows us how the city was layered with history, faith, and everyday life. By tracing these addresses, we can step back into 1910 and see the unique blend of cultures and influences that made St. Augustine a destination unlike any other. Thanks for joining me on this journey through St. Augustine, Florida in 1910. If you enjoyed this look into the past through Sanborn Maps and comparing them to Google images nowadays, make sure to like, subscribe, and join me for our next stop in history. As always, thanks for stopping by.